We had I guess, 2.5-hour session this morning just to finish up the meeting as scheduled. I think this morning was probably highlighted, and I know you spoke to George Martin by the NFL alumni presentation, which was probably about a half an hour. It was a continuation of our meeting last May, and to introduce George as a new CEO of the organization. And as an independent organization representing retired players, it's something that I've spent a great deal of time on, particularly over the last year or so, in meeting with retired players last fall and earlier this year. They wanted that independent organization, and I think it's a great development that George is now in place and running the organization, and I think he'll do a terrific job. So he did a very good job this morning talking to the owners about his background, his priorities, and what he brings to the job. And we're encouraged that this will give us an organization that we can work with to try to address the issues for the men that helped us build the game and lead to a new level of cooperation with the retired players.
Do you think that some of the problem between retired players and the league was, to a degree, a result of their sort of fractured existence? You had a group over here, and you had a group over there, and you had a single guy over here. How much of that do you think has led to some of what's developed?
I think to a large part. And one of the things that George stressed that was one of his priorities is unification of the retired players so that they can speak with one voice. And one of the things that I heard very clearly coming out of my meetings with various retired players last fall and earlier this year was that we want an independent organization that is focused entirely on the retired players, understanding those priorities. And it goes to the University of Michigan study. It goes to these meetings that I had with retired players. Now we can have an entity that's independent that can identify the issues that are priorities for the retired players that we can meet with and address those issues in a responsible fashion. And second of all, and I know George believes in this, and I certainly believe in this, is that retired players are an asset. They're wonderful ambassadors for the game. They mean so much to our fans and to the NFL and the history of our game and the tradition of our game. And to be able to cooperate with them to provide opportunities for them that can go back and benefit the retired players who may be in need. This is a great development for us. And that's what I heard from the retired players as I speak to them.